Tomorrow's technically the first day of summer, and millions of Americans soon will take flight for vacations. And we know that with so many of these high-profile incidents we've covered in recent months, including Newark Airport in New Jersey, leaving hundreds of flights delayed and canceled, tech problems, staff shortages, you name it. Well, the Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, today out in California at the airport in San Diego, which is also where we find NewsNation's Nancy Liu joins us now. All right, so I think we heard from the Secretary last hour. What did he see there today?
Oh, he saw a lot of antiquated equipment, Connell. The Secretary spent about an hour touring the air traffic control tower here in San Diego. And like so many other facilities, part of this operation here relies on floppy disks and Windows 95. San Diego is is the country's busiest commercial airport with a single runway. Well, this control tower has to MacGyver a lot of things up inside. Take a listen to what Secretary Duffy had to say after taking that tour.
The fact that we have old equipment, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s equipment that the great air traffic controllers use to keep people safe when they fly in and out of airports. But it is old equipment. There's equipment that's broken that they don't have access to because it doesn't work.
And more than $12 billion is earmarked in the proposed big, beautiful bill, which Secretary Duffy stressed is so important to pass, largely because of the need to upgrade the air traffic control system. He has said in the past that there are other Newarks that are possible, of course, referring to the system outages, the construction, the staffing issues that have plagued Newark Airport. Air carriers there have had to adjust operations and cut their flight schedules. The FAA has also issued an order to reduce the departure and arrival rate at Newark, but there's just been a patchwork of jobs to overhaul the system. But the Secretary says it is high time that we just get a brand new system, get it done. The $12.5 billion in Big Beautiful Bill would really be just a down payment. He thinks that it will take tens of billions of dollars, but he hopes to get it done in 3 to 4 years, Connell.
Well, we'll get beyond the floppy disks and the Windows 95, at least, I guess. It's not just air traffic control, right, Nancy, that the Secretary is addressing out there in Southern California. What else have you learned about his meetings?
Yeah, I learned from his team that the Secretary is also meeting with LA 28 Olympic officials, and I asked him specifically about that, and he says that, yes, there is administration concern about LA's recovery from the fires and from these ongoing protests, that they are watching them closely. He is very concerned that Governor Newsom hasn't actually asked for more National Guard to help keep things in check in LA. But yes, it is a concern with the Trump administration about LA hosting not just the Olympics, but the upcoming FIFA World Cup as well. So he'll be meeting with officials on the ground here in Southern California, Connell.
All right, Nancy. Nancy Liu for us out there in San Diego, California. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.